Moving to our next question. You have an Azure subscription that has a recovery services vault named Vault 1. The subscription contains the virtual machine shown in the following table. Have a look on this table. You plan to schedule backups to occur every night at 23. Which virtual machine can you back up by using Azure Backup? Have a look on these options. The correct answer is option C, VM1, VM2, VM3 and VM4. Moving to our next question. You have an Azure virtual machine named VM1 that runs Windows Server 2016. You need to create an alert in Azure when more than 2 error events are logged to the system logon VM1 within an hour. Solution: you create an Azure Log Analytic workspace and configure the data settings. You add an extension to VM1. You create an alert in Azure Monitor and specify the Log Analytics workspace as the source. Does this meet the goal? Option A yes, option B no. The correct answer is option B. Moving to our next question. A network contains an on-premises Active Directory forest named contoso.com that contains two domains named contoso.com and eastcontoso.com. The forest contains the users shown in the following table. Have a look on this table. You plan to sync eastcontoso.com to an Azure Active Directory tenant by using Azure AD Connect. You need to select an account for Azure AD Connect to use to connect to the forest. Which account should you select? Option A user 1, option B user 2, option C user 3, option D user 4. The correct answer is option D, that is user 4. Moving to our next question. You have an Azure subscription named AZ-104 that contains the resources shown in the following table. Have a look on this table. You create an Azure subscription named AZPT2. You need to identify which resources can be moved to AZPT2. Which resources should you identify? Have a look on these options. The correct answer is option C. Our next question is, you have an Azure Active Directory tenant that contains 5000 user accounts. You create a new user account named admin user 1. You need to assign the user administrator administrative role to admin user 1. What should you do from the user account properties? Option A, from the directory role blade, modify the directory role. Option B, from the groups blade, invite the user account to the name group. Option C, from the licenses blade, assign a new license. The correct answer is option A. Moving to our next question. You have an Azure Active Directory tenant named contoso.onmicrosoft.com that contains 100 user accounts. You purchase 10 Azure AD Premium P2 licenses for the tenant. You need to ensure that 10 users can use all the Azure AD Premium features. What should you do? Option A, from the groups blade of each user, invite the users to a group. Option B, from the licenses blade of Azure AD, assign a license. Option C, from the directory role blade of each user, modify the directory role. Option D, from the Azure AD domain, add an enterprise application. The correct answer is option B. Our next question is, you have an Azure subscription named Subscription 1 and an on-premises deployment of Microsoft's System Center Service Manager. Subscription 1 contains a virtual machine named VM1. You need to ensure that an alert is set in Service Manager when an amount of available memory on VM1 is below 10%. What should you do first? Option A, create a notification. Option B, create an automated runbook. Option C, deploy the IT service management connector. Option D, deploy a function app. The correct answer is option C. If you are looking for any particular certification which is currently not available on our channel, please mention that in the comment. Our team will work on it.